Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we are going to discuss another story from the book 101 All-Time Great Stories by Deep Trivedi. And this is the seventh story from these 101 stories. So now the name of the story is A Sannyasi Defeats Alexander the Great. So now basically what this story talks about is first is it talks about Alexander. So Alexander had set foot in India around 326 BC, and he was able to in a very short span of time he was able to conquer a lot of Indian continent and northwestern province of India. However, he was unable to advance further, so now he decided that I should just go back. I have actually conquered enough. But suddenly a thought came to his mind. He's like, now that I'm going back, I'm heading back to Greece, I should take a token of appreciation or a token from this country. And he thought to take a sannyasi with him. So now that he thought to take a sannyasi with him back to Greece, he basically asked people to help him to find a sannyasi, and they were able to find a sannyasi. So now when the sannyasi was brought to Alexander, Alexander kind of tried to make sannyasi at ease, and he told him that do not be afraid, O sage, you have been brought here because I want you to take you to Greece with me, and I want to show my people what an Indian sannyasi looks like. Do not worry, I will treat you with great honor. So now the sage told him that I am really happy and pleased that you will treat me with utmost respect, and I really have a lot of gratitude in my heart, but I do not wish to go ahead with you, and I do not wish to go with you. So now Alexander immediately told him that what's the issue. You probably are not aware, but we have the greatest regard for sannyasis and fakirs. So this kind of conversation started happening between the Alexander and the sannyasi. But sannyasi ultimately said that, please king, do not waste your time trying to tempt me. For sannyasis can never be won over with temptation. I will not travel to Greece with you under any circumstance. So basically in here sannyasi made his point very clear. He did not want to go with Alexander. So he said, no, I don't want to go, and there's no point trying to convince me. Now Alexander first he laughed and he said that, listen to me, I have conquered the entire world, so you will have no choice. And he was saying in a very not in a very heavy tone. This conversation was on a lighter tone. But now the sannyasi reverted. He said, it is one thing to conquer and plunder a kingdom, but to forcibly take a sannyasi against his will is a different matter altogether. So dear king, there is no way you can forcefully take me to Greece with you without my consent. So now Alexander really got furious, and he said, what nonsense, who will stop me? I will teach you a lesson right now. Saying that, he basically ordered his soldiers to tie sannyasi and take him in the chariot. So now he ultimately again asked sannyasi that, do you still think that I cannot take you with me to Greece? So now the sannyasi again said, yes, I'm still very sure you cannot take me with you to Greece. So now after hearing these things from sannyasis, these words from sannyasi, Alexander asked him, what makes you think so? So now looking straight into the king's eye, the sannyasi spoke. He said, you have merely bound my body. You certainly have the power to do that. But tell me one thing. Do you want my body or do you want my consciousness? If you want my consciousness, I assure you that it will certainly turn silent upon reaching Greece, because it is within my control. So all that you will be left with is my body, but that what will you do with my body? So now listening to his words, initially Alexander was astounded, but after that he realized that it is easy to conquer and plunder kingdoms, but conquering a sannyasi's heart and taking him against his will was absolutely a different matter altogether. So now he expressed his regrets and he let the sannyasi go. He set him free. So now let's look at the moral of this story. The moral is that in nature's scheme of things, not just the sannyasis, each and every person's consciousness is absolutely free. And no one can ever compel a person to do anything against his or her own will. It is the shackles of greed and fear that bind a man mentally, making him a slave to other people. Therefore, if a human being, no matter where he is or what kind of person he is, if he banishes greed and fear from his mind, then he too is a sannyasi. Because then no one will have the power to enslave him even for a moment. You must clearly understand that the word sannyasi is actually a proclamation of one's absolute independence. So here what the author is trying to say is that sannyasi is just an example. Basically, a person should be free of greed and fear, then only they can attain 100% independence, and that independent personality here is synonymously used as sannyasi. So I hope the moral is clear to you, and I will see you in the next video.